What types of disruption do you see happening within the financial services industry in the near future?
Well, I think a lot of disruption in financial services, I think, have been well documented. A lot of fintechs. You see that now with Wealth Simple on the wealth management side. Discount brokerage has been out there for many, many years. Payments, PayPal. So a lot of, let's say, startups or other organizations, mostly technology driven, I think are really targeting banks and their business models. The profitability on transactions, whether it's you know security transactions like discount brokerage for retail or payment transactions. So I see that continuing, and that's a bit threat, I think, for banks. Now, one thing banks have in their favor is they're highly, highly regulated. That creates bit of a moat around their business model. So it's hard to, enter into that space, given just the regulation that's required in that space, right? But having said that, I think technology firms will continue to poke at, banks' operating models. A lot of the CEOs are very, very concerned about, um, the advent of technology, how that could, erode their margins, disintermediate banks, take customers away from banks, and how easy some of the services that have been historically provided by banks, how easy some of those services are being offered by sort of startups or fintech organizations, right? So I think that's a big threat, clearly in banking. But having said that, I think banks are, up to the challenge. Obviously, well resourced. Got great people, great leadership. They've been on this for years now, right? So, and I think they're very good at what they do. And that's been, a bit of a change, obviously, in the financial services industry, especially at banks, is the need to become more agile and, adoptive of new technologies. And I think by and large, I think they're holding their own for sure, right? So I don't really, the threat's been out there for a number of years. Um, and that the threat will continue, clearly. But banks are managing to hold their own, so far anyway.